Welcome to the Archetypes of the East series. Today we're covering another highly favored hexagram, Hexagram 14, Possession in Great Measure. The I Ching forecasts the arrival of great abundance that is a divine blessing, though it can also entail material wealth and great influence, or even acclaim. The great possession is often spiritual in nature, a kernel of wisdom, or an unseen influence that acts in one's favor. Possession, in great measure, is also about legitimate ownership of gifts earned through one's character when it's aligned with the mandate of heaven. The oracle urges generosity with your gifts, especially spiritual ones, channeling them towards others' benefit. This is a season of fulfilled aspirations, lasting happiness, and alignment with purpose. Acting with integrity attracts support and sustains success. The principle of Hexagram 14 is the radiant harvest. It represents the archetype of supreme abundance. It's the high noon of the soul's journey. Having organized the collective in Hexagram 13, the seeker now receives the rewards. The great possession is the result of being aligned with the mandate of heaven. It's not just about what you have, but about the great influence that you wield because your character is strong enough to hold such power without being corrupted by it. As stated earlier, the nature of this gift comes from a spiritual kernel. It's the unseen influence of a person who has become a sun, radiating warmth and light simply by existing. This is a wealth that is earned by character. It is the opposite of get-rich-quick schemes. It's the weight of wisdom and gifts that come to those who have proven that they can be trusted with the mandate of responsibility. At high noon, there are no shadows. Great possession requires total transparency. Because you have great measure, your actions are visible to everyone. Your virtue must be as radiant as the fire above you. The key of Hexagram 14 is the high noon of the soul. It's the atmosphere of magnanimous, luminous, and potent energy. It's the feeling of arriving, not as a destination, but as a realization of your own capacity. This is a season of fulfilled aspirations, where the inner work that you've done finally matches the outer reality. The energy is one of lasting happiness, but it's a happiness rooted with alignment in purpose. The oracle urges generosity. At this height, you are the sun in the sky. A sun that doesn't radiate is no longer a sun. You must channel your gifts towards the benefit of others. This isn't just about clarity. It's the strategic maintenance of your own great possession. Acting with integrity attracts support. This is magnetic character. In this state, you don't have to chase resources. They gravitate toward you because your character has proven to be a safe harbor for the mandate. There is a caution here for the shadow of greed. If you begin to think that the abundance belongs solely to your ego, the fire within this trigram will begin to scorch the heaven beneath it. Success is sustained by those who remember that they are stewards, not just owners. The image of Hexagram 14 states, fire over heaven. Fire in heaven above, the image of possession in great measure. The superior one chooses to curb evil and furthers goodness, and obeys the benevolent mandate of heaven. This is the sun at its absolute zenith. From this height, nothing is hidden. The great possession is not just a pile of gold, it's about total clarity. You see the world as it truly is, and the world sees you. The advice of the solar standard is simply this. 1. Embody the sun. When you are blessed by benefactors or divine authority, you must act with the same impartiality as the sun. It shines on the just and the unjust alike, but its heat naturally curbs the growth of what is dubious and negative. 2. Illuminate virtue. Use your great measure to shine a light on the virtues of others. In this season, your greatest power is the power of validation. What you praise will flourish, and what you ignore will wither. This is the mandate of integrity. To obey the benevolent mandate means to recognize that your abundance is a tool for the universal good. If you use your fire to scorch others or to hide evil, you lose your alignment with the heavenly mandate, and the sun will begin its descent. The judgment of Hexagram 14 states, one has possession in great measure, one will have supreme success. This is the story of the humble powerhouse. In the I Ching, supreme success is a rare designation. It signifies that the seeker is in perfect harmony with the natural order. This abundance, whether it manifests just as friends, ideas, spiritual fortitude, or material possessions, is a divine trust. It's granted to the humble and selfless because they are the only ones who won't be corrupted by it. Modesty is your armor. Arrogance is the quickest way to have it stripped away. In the realm of career, goals, and ambition, approach resource management with clear integrity by identifying your most critical assets, such as skills, relationships, or capital, and allocating them purposefully to achieve both immediate and long-term goals. Avoid letting your achievement dictate your actions. Stay in control by regularly reviewing your direction. Maintain transparency, communicate openly with your intentions, and align your goals with your core values to effectively preserve and grow your great possessions. In the realm of relationships and social flow, use your influence to help others who are struggling with their personal start. Being a good patron and using your generosity towards endeavors that assist others is the best way to make a worthwhile investment. A changing line 1. Do not associate with influences that are harmful. Then there is no blame. If one remains aware of potential difficulty, one remains without fault. The strategy of this line is ethical gatekeeping. At the start of great possession, you're at your most vulnerable to blame by association. Because you have wealth or influence, harmful influences will seek to attach themselves to you. Line 1 warns you to refrain from forming questionable connections, even if those connections offer short-term gain. By staying conscious of difficulty, remaining aware that power is a fragile responsibility, you prevent the arrogance that leads to fault. The advice of this line is to prefer isolation over corruption. Establish a position based on integrity. It is better to face the difficulty of standing alone or losing a lucrative but dubious deal than to tether your great measure to those who do not share your values. This is the protective guardrail. This is the price of purity. This path might bring disappointment. You may have to say no to powerful people or easy money. However, this is the only way to ensure your foundation is pure and strong. The action to take is the character audit. Before expanding your great possession, audit your inner circle. Use the fire or the clarity of the hexagram to see through the flattery of those who only want your resources. This is the line of due diligence. In business and matters of statecraft, this is refusing a massive investment from a source with dirty money or declining a partnership with a talented but unethical influencer. You might lose the immediate capital, which is the difficulty of this line, but you save your endeavor's soul and you achieve no blame. A changing line 2. One has great resources or strength to initiate their undertakings, like possessing a large capacity wagon that can carry a heavy load at a great distance. To go forth on the great endeavor brings no blame. The strategy of this line is to build for the long haul. Now that the foundation is pure, it's time to build the vehicle of your ambition. Great possession requires a large capacity to manage. This line indicates that you now possess the resources and strength to handle heavy responsibilities. Unlike a small cart that can only travel short distances, the big wagon is designed for the great endeavor, a long-term mission that requires capacity and endurance. The advice of this line is to commence the journey. It's time to move forward. The period of waiting is over. Because you've prepared your wagon, which is your team, your systems, your health, your family, you can carry the heavy load of leadership without breaking. The acceptance of help and support is a big deal in this line. A big wagon often requires a team to load and a team to drive. Accept or offer help where it's necessary, because this is not a solo trek. It's the utilization of the fellowship and Hexagram 13 in order to move your great possession forward. The action here is about scaling up. If you've been hesitant to launch your large-scale endeavor, line 2 is your green light to go. The means to make it happen smoothly are now in place. Trust the strength of your vessel. A changing line 3. A superior one dedicates their gifts of success to the children of heaven. A small, petty individual is incapable of doing this. This is the devotion of abundance. This is the moment where having becomes serving. In the I Ching, a prince is someone who has attained high position and great resources. To maintain this position, he must dedicate his gifts of success to a higher cause, which is the Son of Heaven, the universal good. This act of sacrifice ensures that the wealth does not rot the character. A petty individual is incapable of this because they view resources through the lens of scarcity and self-gain, leading to their eventual downfall. The advice here is to dedicate your venture. Use your success or abundance directly for a higher cause. Whether you're donating capital, offering your capable help to a worthy leader, or aligning your business with a higher principle, you must put your blessings into action. This sets you apart as a leader whose power is granted by the community, not taken from it. There is a great caution against the hoarding trap. Great possession is not hoarded. If you treat your success as a private fortress, you create a target for resentment and a prison for your own soul. The petty person clings and loses. The superior person offers and is replenished. The action here is the altruistic pivot. Look to your current harvest in life. Identify one way you can offer it up to the community or for a higher mission. By becoming a good example, you secure your position against the fluctuations of fate. This is the line of philanthropy and social responsibility. In the corporate world or in any kind of major endeavor, this is the transition from profit for profit's sake to a mission-driven model. A petty CEO hoards the bonus. A superior leader reinvests in the workers and the global initiative. By dedicating the success to the children of heaven, which could be the future or the collective of humanity, the leader ensures the longevity of their influence. A changing line 4. One makes important ethical distinctions between themselves and their neighbors. There is no blame in this. This line is talking about ethical discernment. As your influence grows, you will attract those who wish to exploit your success for their own selfish ends. Line 4 advises a cautious and gentle separation. This is the moment to distinguish your divine calling from the noise of the crowd. By defining clear boundaries, you prevent your great measure from being drained by those who lack your character. This isn't about arrogance. It's about responsible stewardship. The advice here is discernment is not cruelty. The oracle does not raise up fools. You have the right and the responsibility to evaluate the true values of those around you. If a connection is parasitic, a blameless separation is required. Protect the fire of your success from those who would only use it for warmth without contributing to the light. The caution of this line is the mirror of envy. This distinction works both ways. You must discard the seed of jealousy and envy regarding another person's abundance. When you are truly in possession of your own purpose, gamemanship with other powerful figures becomes beneath you. You are no longer competing, you are coexisting. The action here is to exercise quiet sovereignty. Stop comparing your harvest to your neighbor's. Live with a quiet dignity that says, I know who I am and I know what this wealth is for. By refusing to play the game of one-upmanship, you stay without blame. This is the line of boundaries and integrity. For the successful leader, this means knowing when to say no to a partnership that looks good on paper but feels wrong ethically. It's also the move where you stop looking at your competitor's metrics and focus entirely on your own mission. You aren't better than your neighbor, you're simply different. A changing line 5. One's virtues of sincerity and truth are sound and even dignified. This brings good fortune. This is the line of leading by resonance. This is the central line of the hexagram and the secret to sustaining great possession. You have reached a position of high honor, but you hold it with sincerity and truth. You are accessible, meaning that you are approachable and real, yet you remain dignified. This balance ensures that while people feel connected to you, they still respect the mandate that you carry. Your power is not forced. It's a natural good fortune that flows from your alignment. The advice of this line is character as currency. Your inner virtue is the source of your power. In this season, you don't need to sell your vision or coerce anyone. By being deeply aligned, you command respect automatically. Others will seek your help or support because they trust the goodness within you more than they trust your material wealth. The balance of dignity is this. While you must be accessible and authentic, you must not become common or cheap. True dignity is the gravity that keeps your great possession from scattering. It is the quiet reminder that you are the steward of a higher principle. The action is radiant transparency. Walk your talk. Let your actions be so consistent with your words that your truth becomes visible to everyone. This is the ultimate social capital. This is the line of the authentic leader. It describes a CEO or a public figure who is genuinely one of us, but still carries the dignity of their office. Because they are real, people are loyal to them through thick and thin. Their great possession is not just their bank account. It's in the unshakable trust of their community. A changing line 6. Help comes from heaven above, and there is good fortune. There is nothing that does not further the scenario. This line is describing the state of grace. We have reached the summit. We have navigated the responsibilities of power with humility and sincerity. The seeker enters the state of divine protection. This is the ultimate form of great possession. A life so perfectly aligned with the mandate of heaven that the universe itself acts as a co-pilot. In this state, the distinction between your will and the creative force completely dissolves. You're not just fortunate, you are favored. This is the I am with you moment. One is in a state where their goals are divinely supported. This line acts as a direct message from the oracle to you, saying, I am helping you. When you act with the integrity established in the previous lines, you no longer have to struggle to make things happen. They happen through you. The phrase, nothing that does not further, is a profound promise. It suggests that even obstacles or potential difficulties are now working in your favor. In this high state of alignment, every turn in the road, even sharp ones, lead to supreme good fortune. The action now is to trust the flow. If you receive line 6, stop worrying. The great possession is secure. Your only task is to remain a clear channel for the blessings. Move forward with total confidence. The wind is at your back. This line describes being in the zone or the flow state on a life scale, not just a personal one. It's the period where every phone call you make is answered, every resource you need appears just in time, and even your own mistakes can turn into brilliant breakthroughs. You are protected because your mission is larger than your ego. That concludes Hexagram 14. If you found this lesson helpful in understanding this hexagram, I hope that you liked the video. Subscribe to follow along, and in the next lesson, we'll learn about the hexagram that embodies one of the great virtues of the Tao. Hexagram 15, Modesty, Humility. See you soon.